there, Mickey Mankus here at Out the Back Door. Today I want to show you how to make homemade yogurt in a dehydrator. So stick around and come join me in the kitchen. To make homemade yogurt, you only need 2 ingredients, milk and a starter culture. Your starter culture can be a plain yogurt from the store or a freeze-dried culture. Either one will work. So let's talk about the milk for a moment. I prefer whole milk. I like a rich, creamy, luscious yogurt. You can also use 2% milk or skim milk. Actually, the very first time that I made homemade yogurt, all I had was skim milk on hand, and I used that. The yogurt really turned out good. Making yogurt at home is extremely easy. I've been doing it for approximately 2 years, and I wish I would have started a long time ago. It makes such a wonderful, thick, rich, tangy yogurt. I mean, the taste to me is beyond what you can buy in the store. What I'm doing right now is I have my 1 gallon of milk in my stock pot, and it's slowly warming up to 180 degrees. And the reason for doing this is what it does is it denatures the whey proteins in the milk. It makes the proteins form a more stable gel, and you're supposed to get a richer, creamier yogurt out of it. Sometimes I get a little carried away with multitasking and I don't pay attention to it. Please do, because I have scorched the bottom before and that flavor will reflect through the entire milk, and I'm the only one eating that batch of yogurt then because it isn't the most pleasant taste. I was researching on various ways of making yogurt. There's so many people out there doing this and sharing their methods, and I think that's fantastic. One thing that I did find out recently, because I always do it on the stovetop, is somebody shared by doing it in the oven. I was going to try that method today. My milk was still frozen when I first brought it in. It was taking forever for the temperature even to come up to like 60 degrees in the oven. During the fermentation process, lactose in the milk is being turned into lactic acid, which is lowering the pH balance. This is what happens when you ferment foods or beverages of any kind. Your pH level is coming down, so it becomes more acidic. If you decide you want to make a half a gallon of yogurt, all you need is 1/2 cup of yogurt, or I believe it's 2 packages of the freeze-dried starter. I always make a gallon at a time because I do go through so much. So I am going to use 1 cup of my yogurt. I've already got that measured out and I put it in a measuring cup. 1 cup here. And the reason I do this is because once the milk has reached that 180 degrees, and then you're going to have to let it cool down, because otherwise you're going to kill the good bacteria in here and you're not going to make any yogurt. I have read that you can do like a cold water bath. Right now it's still winter outside. Well, it looks like spring, but I've got a lot of snowbanks out there yet. So I may try this method as far as cooling it down quickly and putting my pot out in the snowbank to bring the temperature down faster. Otherwise, it usually takes about 3 hours to naturally come down. The bacteria that's present in the yogurt, there's 2 different bacterias in there. Streptococcus thermophilus and Lactobacillus bulgaricus. And those are the 2 items, the 2 bacterias that are in them that are going to convert your milk into yogurt. There are different methods of making yogurt, of doing your fermenting part. I am going to show you how to use a dehydrator today. That is the preferred method for me. I find it the easiest, the least I have to pay attention to, and I know that my temperature is holding at 115 degrees. You want to do it for at least 4 hours also. This is what's thickening up the milk. This is when it's fermenting.
Oh, what a gorgeous day. So I've got my little thermometer with me and I'm heading out to the snowbank so we can check the temperature, see if we're ready to bring it in yet. All right, so we are reading at 135 degrees yet, so we are going to leave this sit out in the snow for a little bit longer.
All right, I just went outside to check the temperature on this and we were down to about 96 degrees on it, so perfect. I just brought it in and I'm going to show you the rest of the process in order to get ready to put this in the dehydrator. What we're going to do is I have my 1 cup of yogurt in my measuring bowl. And I'm just going to go ahead and ladle some of the milk into it so that we can mix this up and make a nice creamy mixture. Because I'm going to pour this back into the stock pot with the rest of the milk in there. Okay, now I've got like almost like a dressing consistency. And I'm going to stir this in. All right, now that I have that mixed well, I'm going to start pouring it into my jar.
Okay, as you can hear, I've got the dehydrator running already. I ended up getting 1 cup extra of yogurt, so that's a good thing. I've got it set for 12 hours at 115 degrees.
So last night I took the yogurt out of my dehydrator at about 10 o'clock. It did run for close to 10 hours. I felt it was thick enough and I was ready to go to bed. So I just went and I stuck everything into the refrigerator. But I'd like to show you. Look at how white, how beautiful that is. Yes, I was digging in the jar already. And the consistency. This is great. You make this at home. All right, well, I've already filled up my bowl. I told you I like yogurt. So I'm not bashful about eating it. I'm also going to add some of my homemade preserves. This is a rhubarb raspberry sauce. Put a couple of dollops in there and then mix it up. And now I've got a flavored yogurt. And also I'm going to add a little bit of my homemade granola. And I see we're starting to run out of that. So top that off a little bit. Now, what I've got here is a delicious homemade breakfast that I know exactly what went into it. And it's so much better than store-bought. Well, I want to thank you for coming along today with me. I am going to enjoy my breakfast right now. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. You have a great day. God bless.